Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Weekday Wagers, where if you're not watching this show on a daily basis, Monday through Friday at 2 p.m., you're already behind. But on Fridays, we like to have a little fun, and we like to give you your 12-pack of plays to get you ready for the weekend. And we did have Robbie, who is going to miss, but he was able to work in some time to be able to make sure he gives you his plays before he has the dip. But that doesn't mean that we give you anything less on the show. It's going to be me and Mark going head to head in the split decision. I've never been a part of split decision other than being the referee. But today, you in the chat are going to be the referee. Me and Mark going head to head. We'll let you decide who is the actual winner. And then, as always, we take our shot as we shoot our shot in the saloon shot as we try to see if we can get into the saloon. And let's just be honest. I'm over it. I'm pissed off because I want to get into the saloon, but we'll get into all of that to end the show as always. But as we did last week, we're looking at this, and Robbie another 2-2, Mark 4-0, me 1-3. My God, I feel like I've had one. I feel like I didn't even change this compared to the last week. Mark again crushing things as always. But let's go ahead and get to the guys here. We don't want to waste any more time. Mark, how are you? 4-0 last week. Big fan of that, sir.
Hey, listen, it is always a great feeling to be on this side of a 4-0 instead of dyslexic with the 0-4. I've been there a couple times. So, yeah, excited. Look, it's just great to be a part of such a winning team. Let's have another big weekend.
Shut up. All right. Robbie, what's up, man? How are you, and how is your Friday?
I'm just happy to be here at this point. It's been one of those weeks where I don't know what way is up. I was up to 1 a.m. last night getting things ready in case I was going to be here. I'm here. That's all I got to say. I'm here. I just want to cash tickets and make people laugh.
I like it. All right. Well, speaking of that, let's cash some tickets with you. We're going to go ahead and get to our Friday plays. So what you got here today, sir?
All righty. Let's see when that slide comes up so I know which ones you put in. There it is. Nick Kurtz, 3+ hits, runs, and RBIs at +100. He's cashed this in 3 of his last 4 games. He's going to face right-handed pitcher Tomoyuki Sugano, who's a right-handed pitcher. It's the first time they're going to meet. Sugano has been lit up by lefties, allowing a 2.68 batting average. He's given up 13 home runs to left-handed batters this season with a 1.93 home run in his last 9 games. Kurtz has been batting in the second position, which is one of Sugano's weak spots, so I expect him to still bat there tonight. Kurtz also has 8 home runs on Friday. I know that number's skewed because he hit 4 in one night. That's still damn good numbers for a Friday, which I always like to target. Second play, Carlos Correa, 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs at -120. He's cashed this in 5 straight since joining the Astros. He's going to be playing Boston tonight and against my boy Walker Buehler, who absolutely sucks. He normally bats 4th, which is actually going to help us out because ahead of him you have Pena, Sanchez, and Altuve. So a good opportunity for him to get a hit and get one of those guys in. Actually, Carlos Correa is playing Cam Schlitter. Sorry, I got my games mixed up. Correa is playing Cam Schlitter, which is worse than Walker Buehler. He plays for the Yankees. He's pitched 19 innings as they allowed 22 hits, 10 earned runs, and 5 home runs. So, yeah, fire up the Astros tonight.
All right, I have so much I want to
get 3 hours of sleep. I'm running on like 3,000 grams of caffeine. I'm sorry.
All right, a couple things. The first thing is a little synergy action this morning on Coaching Company. I was able to give out an over 2.5 earned runs allowed for what's his name? I know.
Tamagotchi Sugano.
Yeah, Tamagotchi. Yeah, whatever his name is. Anyway, that guy, Sugano, whatever his name is, he to go over the 2.5 earned runs. So we're a little synergy there. But I have a question for you. That player that you gave out, he now plays for the Houston Astros. I believe he was a shortstop. Now he's a third baseman. What was his name again?
Carlos Correa.
Okay. You said Carlos Correa.
I'm sure
5 different times, and I'm dying over here. Every time you say it,
my homeboys.
I'm like, how has he not fixed it yet? He knows Correa's name. I'm dying. Mark, were you the same way?
I couldn't stop laughing by the time you put me back on camera. I was trying hard. I'm like, come on, tighten it up. And I'm lost it.
You don't even understand.
All right. Well,
and then the pitcher, is it It's Cam.
It wasn't Bueller. He played Bueller the last
name?
series. He's playing Cam Schlitter.
Yes. It's been fun. But yes, the first guy's name was very hard, Tomoyuki Sugano. Yes,
I nailed that one.
And then this one was a little, you're back. I love it. I love it. Prepared to the T. Big fan. All right. Well, some people are coming here and they are finding out there is no AMAGs today. I apologize.
Right.
Literally right after the show, Mark hops on and talks to us like, hey, check your DMs. And AMAGs had just, I guess he'd either seen the show or just heard us talking about him and messaged me and had some actual real work stuff pop up where there was zero chance he could get out of it. There was no wiggle room. And so because of that, it sucks that he's not here. We love AMAGs, but yes, he couldn't make it.
In all fairness, I think he was doing a little research, worried about the split decision and trying to get a handle for what that kind of looked like, and then heard that he was on. He got the message that he wasn't going to be able to be here. It got double booked, so he wasn't going to be able to be here just as we were watching the show, just as we finished. Sent me the message, and that's what I told you guys. So,
yeah. So you think he's more scared of you and split decision, or he actually had work? Like, was that an excuse?
You know, honestly, DG, I think that I saw your response when you found out, oh, God, no, I got to go against Mark. And so I do think that this is a little intimidating, especially for newcomers. I'm defeated against everybody except Robbie. So
I can't even get names right. So what does that tell you?
Well, you just did say you're defeated against everybody but
You
Robbie.
did.
no, I said I'm undefeated. I'm undefeated except everybody against Robbie.
I heard defeated.
Sounded like you said defeated.
I agree. All right. Well, let's not be defeated on your plays that you got coming up. What you got for your first two on Friday?
We're going to start with a 3-team NRFI. Why? Because this is what I love doing, especially at plus money. We're going to target the Rockies, Brewers, and the Rangers. Colorado is facing Zach Gallen. He's got 11-2 NRFI record, a 108 whip, and he is holding hitters to 200 in the first. The Rockies are only scoring in just 16% of their first inning games, especially when they're on the road. And then we are also going to target Kodai Sengai, who has an 8-3 NRFI mark, a 111 whip, holding opponents' bats quiet, especially against this Brewers lineup, who's only scoring 12.5% of the time in the first innings when they're playing at home. And then we are going with Yamamoto, keeping Texas quiet. Texas has been blanked in the first in each of the last 3 games, and they only scored 19% of the time at home. I love these. You got 3 shutdown pitchers against teams that are notoriously slow in the first at plus 112. Give it to me all day. And then we're also talking, you talk about a mismatch. The Detroit Tigers on the run line at minus 129. The Tigers are 34-21 against the spread at home, and they have Tariq Skubal, who has been absolutely filthy this year. Yes, I forgive him for the All-Star slip during the NRFI, whatever. We're moving on. He's got a 2.18 ERA, a .83 whip. And on the other side, the Angels are bringing in Kyle Hendricks. The numbers on him just scream trouble from the very first pitch. He's got a 4.59 ERA, a bullpen that is absolutely horrendous behind him. And the Angels are only a coin flip. They're 29-29 against the spread on the road. They're walking into Comerica to face one of the hottest arms in the game. Skubal's going to shove. The bats will do enough. Detroit's going to cover this. Book it.
All right. We'll go ahead and get these in now. So you're going to go a little Tigers on the run line. I like it. I think the Tigers can definitely win that one, especially on the back of Skubal, if he can get some run support. All right. Well, let me go to my plays. We're going to start off with a little preseason football. And we're going to go to that Browns and the Panthers. It's going to be the first half over of 16.5. It's at minus 120. I've seen it everywhere on all books now. MGM is always late. If you're looking at these games for the preseason, MGM is very late. They're the last one to the party. But I like these because if you looked at last night, the first halves, it looks like the coach is playing 2 different games within a game. The first half, they're trying to make sure they get to halftime, and they want to make sure that they're actually playing some of their better players. They're making better decisions that are about the team getting points. In the second half, it's just getting guys in different spots. And so they're not worried about the points as much. So I don't like the full game totals. The first half over 16.5 is at minus 120. Every team hit it yesterday, or every game hit it last night. And so we want to go ahead and go with that again. All right, let's go with a little Bryce Elder action. Bryce Elder, he sucks. And he sucks up really bad when he's at home. Looking at some of these stats, just over the course of his last 10 starts, he's allowed 3 or more in 7 of his last 10. He's going up against a Marlins team that is honestly that's hitting pretty well. They're back-to-back games. They combined for 20 total hits. I expect them to get all over Mr. Bryce Elder, and I think he's going to give up some runs tonight. So over 2.5 runs at plus 105. All right, boys, we're through Friday. Just 2 plays each. All right, Robbie's on the clock, so let's go ahead and keep this thing rolling. Robbie, finish us out on your Friday.
All right, let's try to screw this one up this time. Cal Stowers, Manny Machado, 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs at plus 213. I also played these guys solo. Just didn't want to drink so much juice, so I figured I'd put them together as well. Kyle, our boy, let us down yesterday, DG. Kyle let us down big time. But like you just said, Bryce Elder sucks. So I'm once again going to go to Stowers tonight. He's cashed this prop in 6 of his last 10. Last time he faced Bryce Elder was on June 22nd, and he took him for 415 feet. Big dong dinger on Bryce Elder. Then we're going to Manny Machado, 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs. By itself, it's minus 130, but I combined it with this to get us a little plus money action. He has 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs in 7 of his last 10. He has owned Walker Buehler. Here comes Buehler. He has owned Walker Buehler with 4 hits in his last 5 at-bats versus him. Buehler struggles the most against right-handed batters. He's allowed 12 home runs against them in the last 44 innings pitched. Manny hasn't gone yard on Buehler yet, but I may have a little sprinkle on that tonight as well.
Do you not want to give out your Mickey Moniak, or are you saving that one for later?
No, I'll go ahead and give it out. Give me just a second. Mickey Moniak, 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs, plus 105. Mickey's cashed this in 4 of his last 5 games, and he has great stats versus Zach Gallen. He is 4 for 9 with a home run in his last matchup on June 20th. Wind is blowing out to the right where Mickey likes to hit his home runs, and he's fared well against right-handed pitchers this season. He's batting .270, .552 slug, .282 ISO with 16 home runs. So there you go.
All right. I love this, Robbie, because I can see it on your face. You're just like, yeah.
I did those 2 plays solo, so I in my head I think I just gave them both out solo. I forgot on this show I got them combined. So
yeah, well, it will. If you look at the screen, it'll show what your play actually is that you made the actual slide for. But I love a good plus 205. That'll get me out of the bed for sure. But I also like Big Dong Dinger was is a phrase that I loved. And then here comes Buehler. I don't know what's gotten into you.
Because I mentioned Buehler on the Correa play from earlier. So that's
yes.
I probably did.
Just drink a bunch of juice.
There's so much.
I'm gonna be drinking a bunch of something tonight. I promise you. I'm gonna be going night.
All right, so those are your 4 plays from Robbie. But let's go ahead and keep this thing going. You just have one more play, Mark, on a Friday before you have a Saturday play. So go ahead and give us your Friday play.
You got it. So for tonight, time for a little CFL action. I am staying away from the NFL preseason. I just don't trust anything there yet. So let's go up to north of the border to our Canadian friends, and we're going to take the Montreal Alouettes. Love Montreal, the city. The Alouettes have been one more of the complete teams all season, and this is a prime spot for them to handle business against an Edmonton Elks team that's just been very inconsistent, very leaky defensively. The Alouettes offense, they found a rhythm. They moved the ball efficiently, both through the air and on the ground. And while the defense has been one of the toughest to crack, especially in second halves, Edmonton struggled to protect the quarterback, and they have a habit of giving up momentum-swinging big plays. Exactly the kind of mistakes that Montreal thrives on. With the spread under a field goal, give me the Als here. I love them to dominate in this spot.
All right. Well, make sure you tune into these little CFL plays because you've been hot lately on the old CFL. The model is definitely heating up and getting ready for NFL, which
can't wait.
Right around the corner. So we're going to have all of the model tuned up, ready to go for that. And speaking of that, if you want more of these plays, not just today, but throughout the entire weekend and the week, you can go to justthestatsports.com. Use the code BTT30. That's justthestatsports.com. The code is BTT30. You get your first 30 days free. Coach is paying. So go ahead and load it up now. All right. Well, I'm going to go with my plays, and I'm going to go with somebody that you might not know because I didn't know this guy either. But his name is Isaac Collins. And we're going to go for the 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs at plus 110. Well, this dude is 7 out of his last 10. He's covered this line. But if you look at just, let's say, the last 5 games, this guy is on fire. He has, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits in his last 5 games just overall. Yes, that means that we're going to go and pick on Kodai Senga today. And we're going to go ahead and get these 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs at plus 110. And then Bo Bichette, he has been hot, but guess what? He's taking on another lefty. Clayton Kershaw will probably walk him at some point. I wanted to go there, but I figured, you know what? Let's tune it up for the plus 125 on the 3+. So Bo Bichette going up against Clayton Kershaw. They have no history, but left-handed pitchers, Bo Bichette strokes. And I expect him, just like the last time we had Bo Bichette play on here, first inning, 3-run bomb. This thing is taken care of. I think Kershaw gets tuned up today by Bo Bichette and his friends at the Blue Jays. So, boys, that is our 11-pack. We have one more, and we normally are going to have a full 12-pack that will take you throughout the entire weekend. College football is coming. Sunday is coming with NFL. So we'll see what's going on. But let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. Mark, what you got for Saturday?
Buckle up, because tomorrow night's LA Sparks and Golden State Valkyries is going to go over 165.5. You can get that at minus 110. Look, this matchup screams points fest. The Sparks' last 10 road games, they're averaging an insane 179.4 total points. 7 of those have gone over 175 or more. They're fueled by their up-tempo pace, the defense that bleeds points in transition. And on the other side, you've got a Valkyries team whose home splits, they might not really pop off the screen at you at first glance, but they have been quietly heating up offensively. They dropped 96 or more in 3 of their last 5 in front of their home crowd. You combine LA's willingness to push the tempo and Golden State's ability to keep up with that pace, this has all over it. Book it.
All right. I like it. Who do you think wins that game?
Oh, wow. So the spread on that right now is at 1.5. And I actually think Golden State can squeak one out. They lost. Golden State lost to them 4 days ago.
Right.
And so I think that there's a little revenge factor
in
mind. And Golden State plays tougher at home.
All right.
That's
well, let's get let's get through some of these real quick. These questions we have before we move on. As
Robbie's the professional WNBA camper.
Right. Yeah.
That's what he does.
Robbie, anything WNBA, tune him up.
Robbie's your guy.
Tune him up. Yeah. TJ says that Bo Bichette does have a history against him. Yeah, 2 home runs. Are we? How far do you go back in a history? My God, since 2020, there has been nothing. Okay, I'm not going. If it's 5 years past, bro, I've forgotten a lot of stuff in the last 5 years. I'm not going to go back that far. I agree, they do have some history, but that's when Kershaw was good. That's why you don't do the history that far back. And
that makes that play even better, though.
I know it doesn't matter. I'm just explaining. Some other shows will go back to their first days in the minors together, where they held hands and they frolicked through, the daisies. But we're not doing that. We're not going that far back. We're just going five or so years. All right, let's keep it going. Kevin Walls has a 3-leg home run parlay. Schwarber, Judge, Ohtani, very chalky, plus 31.83. But it is 31.83. The guys, yes, they're big dogs, but 31.83 is a huge number. Mark, your thoughts?
I'm a little surprised that you said that's so chalky. 31.83 gets them into the saloon 3 times.
No, I know, but he said chalky, so I went chalky.
You exaggerated a little much. I think it was a little dramatic. I love the play.
I can't wait to battle with you.
I hate that I'm going to miss it.
Robbie, do you like this? I know you said this isn't Carlos Correa, but do you like this 3-leg home run parlay?
I do. I love it,
okay.
Actually. I like Schwarber tonight. Problem is the public's all over Schwarber, so it kind of makes me iffy. Ohtani, I wish I'd known he was going for like a 1,000th hit the other night. I would have freaking bet the house on that one for him to get a home run off of it. And I don't know. Judge is the only one that worries me because I don't know how healthy he is. That's the only thing that worries me with Judge.
True. Yeah. It's weird that theirs is so high. Yes.
I was just going to say, do you think that Judge comes out? I mean, he's going to come back because he feels healthy again. Does he come back just fired up like I've got a lot of ground to start catching up on? Or is he going to try to just play it safe?
What was his injury?
The elbow.
Oh,
I think he's fine. Yeah. No, I agree. I think he's a guy that could come back trying to be refreshed. I think it's more about being refreshed and maybe be locked in, because it's like it's getting the opposite of a vacation. You kind of get your mind like being in that, just like probably something that Robbie needs right now is you need a small step back and a break to kind of clear the mechanism, right? Clear the mind. And I think that would be what he's needing. If
Robbie needs to go form a little history with some bourbon.
Yeah, for sure.
With some NyQuil in it.
All right. Well, let's keep this thing going. But Robbie, any closing thoughts? We're going to get you out of here so you can move on to your day. So you don't have to watch this debacle that Mark puts out towards me.
No, I'm sad that I'm not going to be here to referee it. I will watch it later, though. Yeah, sorry you didn't get A-Mags. You got me instead in a Kevin Dyson jersey today, and I feel like I'm out of this world and my brain is not working. All I know is I've got, 3.5 more hours of this day left, and I'm going home.
I like it. All right, well, we'll get you out of here. But, man, I appreciate you coming in and giving us your plays. Make sure you're doing it to justicethatsports.com to get more from Robbie, especially over the weekend. But we'll see him later. All right, as we continue to move on, and we have me and TJ going head-to-head about the history over here. It's all love. But, yes, I don't go back too far on it. I always like to over-exaggerate and have some fun, as Mark might say. But, Mark, the time has come. It's time to take an L. And who better to give it to you than your boy? So we're going to start off. We're going to talk a little NFL action today as we go throughout the entire, some guys that we want to put together. And Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, both have been, I'd say, in the headlines a little bit. More Cam Ward on a local front of Tennessee Titans fans, but Tennessee fans. So I see a lot of that. But we're talking about the national scene. It has been for sure more of Shedeur Sanders. And so these two guys, they don't really love each other, we'll say, and they kind of always go up against each other. So, Mark, what should we do to start this thing off? I think we give this the old-fashioned coin flip, and let's see how it goes.
You know what?
Oh, my God. I don't want any excuse from you.
None. I'm saying go ahead, go first. Whoever you want to go first.
I don't want you.
I don't
have an excuse.
I don't want you to be like, oh, he went first, so he had the momentum. He got to pick and choose what he was doing. Go ahead.
Right. But that's why I was going to flip it. So there's
no I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you. There's no excuse.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Just don't screw it up.
Yeah. No, I definitely won't screw it up. All right. So let's get this thing going. And I'm going to start us off the first and the third and the second. You'll lead us off there. But it's this first one. It's very simple, Marky Mark. Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward? And I'm going to go with the man, Shedeur Sanders here. He has the better ball that he throws. He's the better athlete. He stays in the pocket longer. He doesn't have to move around twinkle toes to get out of the pocket to be a good quarterback. Cam Ward was not that great at Miami, and honestly, he hasn't been that good in his career. Shedeur Sanders is the better quarterback. The only thing that he screwed up is his meetings. And so because of that, I expect Shedeur Sanders to be a better quarterback over time.
Cam Ward is an absolute playmaker in the purest sense. His arm talent is absolutely electric. The deep ball is lethal. He's fearless when it comes to threading tight windows. Look, Sanders may be surgical. Ward is the gunslinger who's going to win you games. And let's be real. He doesn't come with the full Sanders posse and all the spotlight. He can walk into a building, focus purely on learning the system, and play in the league without having daddy over his shoulder. Give me Cam Ward every single day and stop the noise. All
right. I like it. I I really do think that Shedeur Sanders is a better quarterback than Cam Ward. And I will always think that because I saw Cam Ward and he's just not that great. He doesn't come off the screen to me. I think Shedeur is in a bad spot.
He's in a bad spot because he's trying to ride daddy's coattails. It's impossible for him to be successful in this league because he will always be Dion's boy.
That's okay. He can be Dion's boy.
It's not
Watch.
okay.
It starts tonight. We're going to see Shedeur Sanders take over. All right. Joe's asking, how do we vote to know who wins? Yes, the chat will vote. So at the very end of this, very simple. Just put in either Mark or DG to see who wins. And so we'll make sure that we get them all tallied up. And if there is a tie, I win because I made the vote.
Well, no, and I just have to say this because I couldn't agree with this way of settling the split decision anymore. Because first of all, the people in the chat right now, we have probably the smartest audience of any weekday show. I'm just saying, I respect all of them.
Sometimes it shows that you're a complete suck up. I treat them as humans, not as pawns in your little game. So
there's no pawns. I have the utmost respect for all of them. All of them.
We're going to move on past what you got. All right, we're going to move on to two guys that weren't drafted very high in the 4th and the 5th round here. And Cam Shedeur, who was a guy that with Arizona State came onto the scene very much last year, but also Jaden Blue, who was a guy that was a 3-year guy at Texas and completely jumped up last year and took over the starting running back spot for Texas. So we're going to go up with these two guys, little Cam Shedeur and Jaden Blue. So Mark, you're going to lead us off on this one. Cam Shedeur or Jaden Blue?
This is going to surprise you, DG, because I think Jaden Blue is a hands-down winner between these two. And yes, I know he got hurt today and the injury is looming. However, he is the absolute definition of explosive. Every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to house it from anywhere on the field. His acceleration through the hole is unreal. Once he gets past the second level, see ya, he's gone. If I'm building an offense, I want to build it around a guy who...
I got a mute button here, so I automatically win. I'm going to go with Cam Shedeur because your little Jaden Blue, he can't even see over the defenders. He's so little bitty. Guess what? One big hit, and he's over with. Cam Shedeur is a man. He is 6'2", 215. He will get through the pocket, blow up the pocket, go for a touchdown run, and laugh in your face. Cam Shedeur is the best running back of the rookie class outside of Ashton Genty.
I can't believe you hit me with the mute button. What kind of...
You went over your time, good sir. So wrap it up in time is all I got to say. All right. We got to keep this thing moving, but I love a little Cam Shedeur. And as you know, I end it right at the 0 number. So that's just professionalism, Mark.
Hey, 1 second. Did I mention, though, that of all the smart people we have in the chat, Kimberly has got to be one of my biggest favorites. She's always on point.
Yep, that's another mute again. So we're going to move this thing on again to the last question. So this one is the NFL's biggest bust of all time. And so depending on how you want to look at this, is depending on how you want to answer this. So I don't want to give anything away just yet, but I think it could be so many different areas that you can actually go to. But I think in the end of the day, you're always going to be brought back to 2 names. So I'm curious who you go with. And I'm going to lead us off because I am in control of the 3rd spot. Here we go with the NFL's biggest bust, and that's got to be Jamarcus Russell. The dude had everything you needed. He had all the talents. If you're looking and playing these games on paper, he was that dude. Unfortunately, he was not a guy who worked hard, and he was not a guy who cared anything about winning football. And because of that, Jamarcus Russell, first overall selection, was the guy who's the biggest bust. And you're going to bring up Ryan Leaf. He has some good metrics. The only reason people say he's a bust is because Peyton Manning was in his draft class.
No, that's ridiculous. Ryan Leaf is the poster child for wasted potential in the NFL. He had the size, the arm, the height to be a franchise savior. but his lack of work ethic, his immaturity, his inability to handle pressure torpedoed his career almost immediately. In between locker room blowups, off the field issues, catching a few felonies, whatever, and a flat out bad quarterback play, he went from a number 2 overall pick to out of the league in just 3 years. He wasn't just a bust. He was a masterclass in how not to transition from college to the NFL.
I like it. I like the argument. You're wrong, but I like the argument. The only reason that they care about Ryan Leaf is because of all the guys that were in his draft class. It was because of Peyton.
Do you know where Ryan Leaf went to high school?
Probably somewhere in San Diego.
Nope. Great Falls, Montana.
Oh.
Great Falls, Montana. He played his college ball, Washington State University, and went to San Diego. I just figured we would never get another opportunity to have a Montana reference on this show, so I figured I'd throw that in.
I will go ahead and get in your selection for who should be the winner. Is it going to be Mark or is it DG? And we'll go ahead and tally up the votes. But Kimberly's saying, gosh, those two, talk about one. I'm not sure what that even means. But Joe's saying Josh Rosen was worse than Leaf.
Oh, and you know what? And where'd it go? Todd Marinovich was another one. And Johnny Manziel. We didn't even talk about Johnny Manziel. I think that
Johnny Manziel was a bust.
Yeah.
I would say that I assumed he would be a bust. Like that's my only thing is Jamarcus Russell. I did not expect him to be a bust. People were saying he had everything, and Ryan Leaf, yes, but the problem is like it's more about other guys than it is Ryan Leaf, and so that because of that, I really think that's why.
Cheesy.
It's almost like our guys are voting against us today. All right, so we got a few more that we're gonna come in, and we'll see who's actually the winner today between split decisions. So let's do this. Keep getting in your votes. We'll tally these up in a second, and we'll go ahead and get our saloon shot here because I think that's the direction we need to go. If we go there, we'll be fine because we can always make sure we come back. So it's that time of the show where you got to shoot your shot to get in the saloon. So if you have that, don't forget to vote for who won split decision between Mark and I, but also shoot your shot by putting in your parlay. No more than 4 legs on a parlay. It could be one play. It just has to be 1,000 or more, plus 1,000 or more to shoot your shot. All right. As always, these are the 4 members that are already in the saloon. Miss Nonsense McGee got in, not gotten close since, because that's how it happens. You get in one time and you keep shooting your shot and just never get close. I've never gotten close just once. And so at this point, I wish I was in with just one lucky shot. Preston Bostain, Boom Boom's in. Robbie Hockey and Joe Neuenfeld here in the chat is already in there. All right. We're going to go ahead and keep this thing going. And let's go ahead and give Robbie's out first. Mark, if you don't mind, go ahead and help us out with Robbie's here. He has the Berman special, as I call it. It's the Chris Berman special at plus 34.82. He's got 3 home run guys. Go ahead and give your insight on these 3.
Look, okay, so you got Nick Kurtz to hit a home run, Kyle Schwarber to hit a home run, and Cal Raleigh to hit a home run. That is vaguely, if I know we just gave Taj a hard time over his chalky saloon shot at plus 3,000 or higher, but yeah, I love all 3 of these guys. I think they're all due. Raleigh's been on a tear, obviously. Schwarber is absolutely, and what haven't we already said about Nick Kurtz all week long about how we love this guy and what he's doing? So yeah, I love the shot.
All right. Hopefully it goes back. That's what I thought of right when I was putting on here because I saw 3 homers, 3 bombs. So it had to be the Chris Berman special. All right, I'm going to go with that 940 dongs. And that means that's the time of the games. It's at plus 1562. We're going Fernando Tatis and Ketel Marte. both these guys have good history, TJ. They have good history this time up against their matchups. But Marte, he has 3 home runs off of Gomber here. And so because of that, we're rolling with him. He has not hit any lately, but that means he's due. Same thing for my guy, Fernando. Fernando Tatis going against Bueller. 4 home runs, history, 27 at bats already. He's going to blow up Bueller. Bueller sucks now. Bueller used to be good. Not anymore. So we're because of that, both these guys together, plus 1562. So a little 940 start. So when you play these other 2 guys and theirs crashes out in their first leg, you always have mine to come to. 940 dongs. We're getting into night.
Not necessarily. And by the way, wasn't it 16 Candles where it's like, Donga need food was the quote of that movie? I love that movie. 16 Candles. Look it up. It was big back in the 80s. Anyway, speaking of 80s, I'm going with my crazy 8s. Hear me out. Because this is where I get a little nerdy on you. We're going to take the Diamondbacks minus 2.5. We're going to take Tampa Bay Taylor Walls to get 2 or more hits, runs, and RBIs. And we're going to take the Minnesota Lynx Kayla McBride to hit 3 3-pointers. So, to be clear, Diamondbacks win by 3. Taylor Walls, 2 hits, runs, RBIs. Kayla McBride, 3. Add them all up, 3, 2, 3. 8, right? It's 8. No, listen to this. This is where it gets really weird. Then you go back, you put all 3 of those together, you get plus 1024. Why is that important? 10 minus 2, 8. 2 times 4, 8. Oh my God. And these parlays have to be over 1,000. So what's my room for variance? 24. 24 divided by 3 plays is 8. Are you kidding me? This screams a lock. And oh yeah, by the way, we're in August, 8th month, 8th day, August 8th. It's crazy 8s.
Wow. I had no idea why that was the crazy 8s. And I honestly almost texted you prior and said, hey,
what the hell are you talking about?
Do we need to change the name? I don't know what crazy 8s means. So I'm glad I didn't, because I would have spoiled it completely. I don't know what the F just happened, because I'm the same thing, Joe. Mark, what I want whatever you're on, and I don't know what you and Robbie might be on today, but I need it in my life because it'll put me in a good spot. So as Kevin says, now you know. God, I thought it was going to end with the 3 plus 3 plus 2 that you're working on over here. And I was like, oh, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And then you just kept going. Dude, that was actually the worst one, was the 3 plus 3.
Right. That was the easiest one. That was like, okay, whatever. And then the crazy 8s aligned. It's like the stars all, I'm there.
All right. Well, that is our saloon shots. So if you have yours, go ahead and get them in now. And I see some already here in the chat. So let's go ahead and get it today. So we got Kyle Schwarber, Kyle Stowers. So a little Kyle day, 1+ home runs, plus 1292. Go ahead, look at that. And then Tony's got Jackson Holiday and Tyler O'Neill. Both of them play for Baltimore. Is that correct?
Yeah. And by the way, Baltimore, close to the ocean. Tony, as I saw in his previous post in the chat earlier,
close to the ocean.
He is at the beach again today.
Screw you, Tony.
Yeah, he's living like a king.
Plus 2200, crazy 2s, crazy O's.
Don't even try it.
Beach. I don't know, but it is a bizarro world, Kevin, for sure. So go ahead if you have anything else. We also had one earlier that I want to get to from Tosh. Tosh says the Marlins Braves over 8 runs. I agree. I think that could be and it was almost my play, but I was already on Bryce Elder for over the 2.5 earned runs on the show. I believe this morning it was Bryce Elder 2+ walks. I don't remember. It was an early day for the show. So at that point, I don't even remember what I did.
I like the Marlins on the
5 years ago.
I like the Marlins on the money line in that one as well.
Okay. What is that? Do you know what that is?
Yeah. Hold on one second.
Pretty please.
Where was it?
It's off the rails today at this point. Just me and you and I, me and you.
Miami Marlins is at -124.
That's not bad.
Nope.
Especially against Bryce Elder. The Braves don't have all their guys. They've been struggling. They are
Braves are horrible right now.
They're not great. They're not great at all.
Okay, whatever. That's such a homer spin. They're not good.
No, they're not. I'm honest. I would tell you if
they're horrible.
No, they're not horrible. They're fine. They just don't have any pitching, but their bats are still producing. They can win games. They're not horrible. They're not like, oh my God, let's bet -2.5 run line against them. No, you don't do that. They're still in a lot of games. The problem is their bullpen isn't great. Their starters, none of them were on the roster.
I just want to start checking some of these boxes. So they don't have any pitching. Their bullpen isn't great. And their batting, they could still win games.
Yeah.
Right. But they just aren't.
Are they better than the Rockies?
Where? On the road or at home?
Shut up. Shut up. I am over this. All right. Who won today? I saw one more DG than I saw.
No, you did not. No, you did not. I've been looking. I have been watching. Cheesy voted for me. Joe voted for me.
No, Joe did not vote for you. Joe.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It wasn't Joe. It was Robbie. Robbie voted for me.
Robbie did not vote for you. Kimberly White will not vote. She wants to be Chuck and be Switzerland at this point to not make anybody mad. And that's fine because that still keeps it at me winning. So
damn it, TJ.
What does that sound like? I'll take these 15 seconds and say I prepared for this all of maybe 5 minutes and I still whooped your ass. So what do you think about that, Mark? Because these are my 15 minutes.
I'm trying to help Jeff out here right now. This is what I'm doing. I'm looking this up on for him.
No, this is my time.
Yeah. All right. Take your time.
All right. Thank you. Joe says DG won. All right. Jeff just got here. Do we like the Storm Aces first quarter over the 39 points at -115? First half, 78.5, -108. So looking at obviously the Storm and the Aces tonight.
The first quarter, what's the line? The line's 39.5.
It says 39, but
yeah, so I've got 39.5. The overs at -105. I love that, especially for the Aces. It's gone over in 9 of their last 10 at home.
I got a question real quick.
Hold on one second. For the Storm, it's gone over in 6 of the last 10. So I love the first quarter look. First half's not bad either. The Aces are averaging 84.8 points scored in the first half when they're at home. The line's at 78.5. I like both of those looks. I'd play the over on both.
So I'm now looking at your Saturday play, and that's the Los Angeles Sparks. Because it has LAS.
Yes.
I literally thought you were talking about Las Vegas. I wasn't sure exactly. So that's why I was kind of confused for a second.
No.
All right.
Las Vegas. Right.
Okay.
So Las Vegas is usually LV. Los Angeles is LA.
Whatever. All right.
Is that a Memphis thing?
Maybe. Hell if I know. The way this show's gone today, it's been Bizarro World. I'm not going to let that one go. Bizarro World should be the title. I can't change the title of the show, but if I could, it would change it to Bizarro World. But all right, let's wrap this thing up because we are off the rails, and I did win a split decision, so I am the king. King Dong today. So what you got today? Any closing thoughts on a beautiful Friday?
No, I just say, hey, thank you all for all your continued support. I can't tell you how much I know I appreciate it. I'm talking for Rob and for DG, how much we appreciate this all. We have so much fun doing this, and you guys are 95% of what we love about this. Yep. The other 5% is that we get to bust each other's chops. So thank you all. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a good weekend for sure. The FedEx St. Jude Classic is right out my back door, so I'm going to mosey over there. I haven't been there yet, and it's so hot, but I'm going to try to go early in the mornings. I usually go on Sundays because one, it's the final day, but two, it's a little bit easier. The morning is always good, especially weather-wise. It's not completely blazing hot, so I'm hoping to get over there in the morning just to kind of see people finish out, so it should be a good time. But yes, been a great show. You know what? No, it's been a mid show. We tried our best today. we tried our best today. But we will be back. Like I said earlier to start the show, we are closing in on football. College football is going to be here next week. Our split decision. We have two more left. It's going to be college football next week, and then the week after will be the NFL as our split decision. Yes, Mark.
And I just forgot all about this. Next week, we have a pretty big announcement as far as doing a ladder challenge that would mean people in the chat, people who watch our show would be eligible to win quite a bit of money. So stay tuned for that. That'll be dropping on Monday.
Yeah. And if you have ideas, we're always down with, helping and doing more and making this show a little bit of what people like. So if you're still here, then you're probably somebody that cares about, what you're watching, but also, the show just in general. So if you have anything, we just met, here this week about the Coaching Company show about the NFL season and what we want to be and what we want to look like, what content we're going to put out there. And as you're going to see, it's going to be pumped up a lot, right? It's going to be,
There's a lot.
Yes, it's going to take off. You're going to see a lot more, and you're going to see it grow. And so everybody's kind of just getting in gear right now. But also, the afternoon show, I've talked to Coach, and he wants this to be the show that in the afternoon, it's a little bit more laid back, which I believe it is. But it also is a place that you can come to in the afternoon before maybe some news comes out, some live movement comes out. And we can give you some, closer, numbers that since things have changed or some different looks at, and maybe a more in-depth look. And so we're going to be doing some different things. We're going to be trying to dig into different games throughout the days, but also giving you fantasy football on Tuesdays. Wednesdays, it's all going to be about the player props, and our king prop himself, Robbie, will be making sure he takes over that role. So Wednesdays will be all about player props for the NFL. So we're going to give you what we got. And if you have anything, maybe you can come on and just share a little bit of information, hit us on the DMs, put it in the chat. The only thing, we won't do, maybe it's the host. Joe. But we're not doing anything about that. He's here, baby. He's here to stay. That's all we got. Thank you all for hanging out with us. It's been a fun day. Have a great weekend. Have a great Friday. We'll see you then.